to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So with Christmas just around the corner, I really wanted to come up with a makeup tutorial that was super achievable for the holiday season and super festive. So I came up with this look right here that I achieved in under 15 minutes. It is seriously so easy to achieve. So if you guys want to see how I got this look today, then please keep on watching. Alright everybody, so I have a bare face, a makeup on. The first thing that I'm going to do is moisturize my dry face because it is winter. So I'm going to do something a little bit more intense than I normally would. I'm going to go into my Ole Henderson's brightening gel. Ole Henderson's, who knows how to say it? I don't. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I don't want it to be too overkill, but I'm just going to give myself a little bit more moisture. It's so important to put moisturizer on your skin, especially if you have really dry skin. I feel like the makeup just goes on so much better when you have a nice hydrated face opposed to a not hydrated face. Okay, next up I'm going to be using my Burberry foundation. I recently have been trying out this foundation and I absolutely love it. This is the Fresh Glow foundation and it literally gives you so much like dewiness and glowiness throughout the day. I feel like this is like the perfect foundation for the winter if you have dry skin. I know sometimes like in the summertime you have to switch up your foundations because sometimes you're a little bit more oily, but this foundation just does all the right things for me. I'm mixing two shades. I'm mixing 20 and 12. I'm just gonna put this all over my face. And then I'm using my beauty sponge and I'm just going to buff this into my skin. So I have a new lighting setup. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have two lights either side of me and then two lights in front of me and then my ring light so that you can kind of get a glimpse of my more dimension and my highlight, and I don't know, let me know if you guys can even tell. And I'm also wondering if you guys want to see like a lighting setup video of how I set up my lighting or how I set up my little studio room. Let me know down below if you guys would be interested in that. So you can see already like how dewy and glowy my skin is. This foundation literally is one of my absolute favorites. I've been using it for like 2 weeks straight and it works really well for me. So you guys should check it out. If you haven't already, I think it's like $54. So it is a little bit more expensive, but you know, it's the price we pay for beauty. Okay, next up, I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've used this literally one time. I just got it like 2 days ago, but so far so good. It is super full coverage. I feel like so many YouTubers rave about this concealer, and it definitely is really full coverage. So if you like that, you should try this out. And I like that the bottle is like pretty big. I feel like you get more product than a normal concealer. So I'm just highlighting the normal areas that I normally would. And for those of you watching, and I know this is an easy makeup look, but really highlighting your nose and your forehead and your chin is just bringing light to your face because we're highlighting such a large portion underneath our eyes. It's always a good idea to balance it out so it doesn't look like blinding underneath our eyes. You always just want to highlight the main areas in your face so that when you contour, you're going to have more dimension and it's just going to balance out better. So that's why I highlight such a large portion. It's not really like I'm concealing those areas, I'm just bringing light to them. So now I'm just going to go back into my beauty sponge and buff this in. If you guys don't have a beauty sponge, you could totally use your fingers, and the warmth of your fingers will help melt the product in as well. So I always bring the excess right onto my eyelids, so this is kind of like you're priming your eyelids and concealing all in one. Next up, I'm going to use my Pure Cosmetics Contour Diaries. I'm going to go into the middle shade, which is a nice warm shade, and I'm just going to start bronzing up my face. So So just using a nice big fluffy brush, and we're just gonna go right on our cheekbone. Always kind of dusting back into my hairline, and then my forehead. And then of course underneath our jaw, and I always bring a little bit of that shade onto our neck because usually our neck and our face are not always the same color, so I just like to make sure that everything flows nicely and there's no color difference. I'm gonna pick up a tinier brush and I'm gonna go into the first shade right here. It's a really nice cool tone, so it's great for contouring, and I'm gonna contour my chunky nose. So I just like to bring this on either side of my nose, but skinnier than the actual shape of my nose. This is something I literally do every single day. I feel like it just makes such a huge difference. I'm picking up my MAC Petal Power Blush. Absolutely love this blush because it has a little reflex of like gold in it, so it gives a nice sheen to your cheeks. So if you're someone like me and have dry skin, there we go. If you're someone like me that has dry skin, you need to check out this blush. I love a blush that has a sheen because I feel like it makes your cheeks look a little bit more plump. So I'm just gonna smile. Just bring this right on the apples of my cheeks. I feel like I've been really into blush lately, so I kind of like to pack it on a little bit heavier than I normally would. I'm gonna go into my Marc Jacob Do You Dewdrops, and I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You in there? Are you in there? Okay, there's something going on in here. We're just gonna, there we go. So whenever I am doing something a little bit more natural, I like to use a liquid highlight. I feel like it just goes on more natural and it just gives you more of a sheen rather than like a highlighted effect. So I put this on the back of my hand, and with my beauty sponge, I am just picking up a little bit of that product, and we're just gonna dab it right on the high points of her face. And it just looks so stunning. I feel like this looks more of like the Kim K natural glow rather than like in your face, you know what I mean? So I'm just spreading this around. I like to do my cheekbone, and then I do a little touch on the top of my brow bone. And you can see that this just gives you like a really nice glow, but it's not overkill, which I like. But I'm gonna be a little bit extra and just apply a touch of a highlighter right to the center of my cheekbone, just to give me a little bit more of a pop. So I like this because I've layered on the highlight, so I just look nice and dewy and glowy, and then exactly where I need that punch, I'm applying the punch. And this is Mega Cosmetica. It's an Australian brand, so I don't even know that you can get it here. But any highlighter will work. Okay, we're gonna do my brows now. I have been using the Burberry Effortless Eyebrow Definer. It's very similar to like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Always starting at the arch. And then just using a super, super light hand and doing nice little flicking motions to apply the product a little bit more lightly at the front of the brow. And then I like to flip my pencil the other way and just do up and down motions to create more of like a hair effect right at the front. And then I always just flip it over and brush through it with my spoolie so everything is nice and blended together. Boom. I'm gonna move on to the lips before I touch my eyes. I'm gonna kind of gauge. I'm referencing a photo, and in the photo the girl has her lips and her brows done and nothing on her eyes. So I'm gonna see how this looks. We may or may not dip into the eyes. But before I do that, I'm gonna use my Burberry lipstick, and this is in the shade Regiment Red. And this is a liquid lip velvet. So it has more of like a whipped formula, but it is matte, like it's not gonna move around on you. So let's open this puppy up. Never used it before. Okay, now I'm just gonna go back through and clean up the edges. Whenever I'm doing like a really bright, bold lip, I like to have very precise edges so that everything looks nice and clean. So I'm gonna just pick up this flat concealer brush, and we're just gonna take our time and carve out the sides of our lips so everything is just perfect. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do to finish up this look is just to apply some mascara. I just want this to be super easy to achieve, really soft, and a pop of a bold lip. So I'm going to go into my NARS Climax Mascara to finish off this makeup look.
We've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Alrighty guys, here is the finished look. Let me know what you guys thought down below. If you're going to try out this makeup look or you think this is achievable, let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm so close to 7,000, so I'd be so grateful if you guys subscribed. And if you're interested, you can click the bell on the top right corner so that you can be notified every single time I post so you can never miss a video. I love you guys so much, and thank you for staying tuned till the end of the video. I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Relax, spend time with your family, and just enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. I'll take care of you.